I'ma mask up and take it, 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 mask up and take it.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, the only mask channel that just wants some candy.
And I want some candy. Could you give me some candy? Candy?
And in today's video, we are going to be doing a Michael Myers related video because it's October, and how could I just not do a Halloween related video? So today we are going to be looking at the Myers Oddball pieces that I have and talking about the Myers Oddball pieces that I still need. For any of you guys wondering what a Myers Oddball is, it is basically a term that I came up with for any of the Myers masks that were used in the series that aren't white masks. Not the typical Michael Myers mask. As you guys probably know, the first mask that Michael Myers ever wore was a children's clown mask. That would be an oddball. I would also consider masks that other characters in the series wore to be oddball pieces as well. Ben Tramer's mask in H2, Jamie Lloyd's clown in Halloween 4, and Harold's clown mask in Halloween Resurrection. These are all just examples of what I mean when I call these oddballs. So I don't think that I've ever done a Myers Oddball collection update. I know that I've unboxed a lot of these individually or just done videos on them individually, but I've never put them all together in the actual Myers collection and talked about them all together. So I keep them in my bottom row here, and I am eventually going to need more shelves. They probably won't be in this setup anymore because I'm already running out of room, and by the time that I get all of the oddball masks that I need to finish the set, I definitely won't have enough room for all of them. So, first up, this is a piece that I got locally a while back. I actually got this from Foy's Halloween Shop. It's just this big, crazy Halloween shop that's open all year round. It's pretty cool. This was a whole $17, and this is the Trick or Treat Studios Kid Myers clown. So this is the first mask that Michael Myers has ever worn. He wore this when he was 6, when he killed his sister, at the beginning of the original Halloween film. I didn't do a video on this piece individually because, I mean, there's not a lot to it. It would be a pretty boring video. It wasn't even like I was doing an unboxing. I just picked the mask up locally, took it home, and added it to the shelf here. So we are all pretty familiar with this piece. I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you are a Halloween / Michael Myers fan, so you probably know all about this. So that is in the first slot down there. This goes with the Halloween 1 mask, of course. Next up, for Halloween 2, we have the Ben Tramer mask. Once again, this is just a Trick or Treat Studios mask. I haven't done anything to it aside from styling the hair, which whoop-de-fucking-do, but would love to eventually get around to having this thing repainted with something a little more pearlescent, something a little bluer, because this is just as flat gray as it gets. I don't remember it looking this poor when I unboxed it. I think I was actually pretty impressed with it when I got it out of the box, but as I've been walking past the shelf, I've been looking at it, and the paint is really lacking, and I'm just not really a fan of it anymore. So, Ben Tramer for Halloween 2, just a stock Trick or Treat Studios mask that eventually will be repainted. Next up, for Halloween 4, yes, we skipped Halloween 3 because this is a Michael Myers mask collection, not a Halloween mask collection. I do have Halloween 3 masks. I do enjoy the Halloween 3 film, but I did not put it with this because, like I said earlier, I don't have the room, so I kept this strictly Michael Myers. But eventually, when I do have a new setup, I will add the Halloween 3 masks in there. So, Halloween 4, we have Jamie Lloyd's clown mask. This was actually made by a patron of mine named Dylan Parker. Turned out super cool. This is just supposed to be a replica of a cheap mask that Jamie Lloyd picked up from a pharmacy. So it's not too crazy, and also it's on a really shitty styrofoam head. Eventually I will update the actual mannequin head. You would be surprised what different mannequin heads can do for your displays. Clearly this is just a cheap half mask, so it's nothing too crazy, but Dylan does make them pretty accurate, and I dig them, and he was kind enough to send one my way. So this is our Halloween 4 oddball. I would like to eventually get the bandage mask, although I never really considered that to be an oddball mask. I don't even really consider it to be a mask, it's just bandages with a little bit of blood on them. But I've seen them in some other people's collections, and I actually really do dig them now, so that will be soon. Stay tuned and look forward to that. Next up, we skip to Halloween Resurrection, and this is actually one of my favorite masks in my collection. It is a still tagged Caesar Mary clown mask, and these things are just fucking rad. It's vinyl, it's in beautiful shape, so nothing's ever going to happen to this. So for anybody that's unfamiliar with latex versus vinyl, vinyl actually doesn't rot, so this mask, as long as it's in my care, will outlive me. Vinyl is actually a soft plastic material that is able to bend and stuff, but latex actually does rot because it is a natural material. A lot of old companies made masks out of vinyl, and I think they're starting to come back, but there for a long time it was actually really hard to find any companies that made in vinyl. So this is cool. Definitely one of my favorite pieces. For those of you that don't know, there is a mental patient at the beginning of Halloween Resurrection named Harold who is obsessed with other serial killers. He gets out of his room, allows 2 other guards to be killed by Michael Myers, and when he is put back in his room, room, Michael Myers stops by and hands him his knife, and Harold puts this mask over his face again, and it's just a thing. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I don't really know why I'm explaining this to you. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Obviously, we skipped Halloween 5 and Halloween 6 because I am still after masks from those movies, and I will tell you guys about that when we talk about the masks that I still need. So, Halloween Resurrection, Harold's Merry Clown Mask. Alright, so next up we have the Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 style child's clown mask. This is actually based off of a Collegeville clown mask. It's pretty much identical to the Collegeville ones. I think it's just a recast that was made out of some harder material, just like in the actual movie. For any of you guys that have ever had a Collegeville mask, you know that they're very brittle, very fragile, and very breakable. And clearly Rob Zombie figured that out pretty fast whenever he got his hands on one, so it wouldn't have been good to just have on set getting tossed around and beat up and used in scenes and stuff, so they actually made one just the same way that this one's made. It is a harder plastic, something a little bit more durable, maybe some sort of urethane or something. So yeah, this definitely isn't my favorite Oddball mask by any means. I guess I don't hate it, I'm just impartial. Nothing super crazy about it, and I'm not that big of a fan of the remakes anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, I do plan on getting the orange jack-o'-lantern style escape mask for that movie, and that is going to be the last Oddball mask from that movie that I get, because lots of people are like, are you gonna get one of the 47,000 fucking masks he had in his room? And the answer is no. That's dumb. I don't want to do that. I don't like them. I don't think they're cool. I think that the escape mask was the coolest, and that is the one that I will have represent all of the asylum masks in my collection. So there's that. So those are the Oddball Myers masks that I have in my collection at the moment. These are just masks that Michael Myers either wore that weren't the all-white masks or other masks that were used in Michael Myers films. There is definitely something fun about doing the Oddball collections. I've done this same exact thing for my Slipknot mask collection, where I collected masks that were used live maybe once or twice, or just used on stage or in a music video or something like that, and it is a very gratifying little collection to go out and find these other little scarce store-bought masks that weren't used very prominently. I don't know what it is about it. I just started doing it one day and thought that it was cool, and then it translated over into my Myers collection. So those are the ones that I have, and I am still working on this set. I do want to close this set out maybe within the next year or so and try to get the other pieces that I'm missing. As I mentioned, I want to do like the bandage mask from Halloween 4. I would also like to find a vintage Brute or a vintage Brutello or a vintage Brutal guy, whatever you guys want to call it. This is a mask that was used in Halloween 5 when Michael Myers killed other Michael and went to pick up Tina, and just looks like a brutal guy. I mean, that's a really good name for it. Just looks like some weird meathead gangster looking dude from the 60s or something. But this is a vintage West German piece. They are extremely hard to find. There are new gen copies that are still made today, but they just don't look the same. A lot of the material's different, the paint job's slightly different, the hair's different, stuff like that, but I would like to get a true to the film replica and basically just have another copy that is out there. So would definitely love to add that to the collection. As far as H6 goes, I would like to get a copy of the blank mask that was used in the yard sign prank, where it says he's back. It looks like a Caesar blank male, but it's got a weird forehead. There's just something different about that mask, so maybe eventually I'll find one of those and grab one. Now for H2O, I'm not even sure that there are other masks that I would consider oddballs, because there was that whole like maskception thing where they had 3 or 4 different types of masks used in the movie for Michael, but I've already got a K and B in my collection, and I've got the regular Winston. I think that's good enough for me, but I don't think that there were other masks unless I'm having a total brain fart. Maybe I'll rewatch the movie and look for other masks I can add in that spot. We talked about the escape mask from Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, and once again, Halloween 2, there's a lot to choose from because they went to that weird party. So I'm positive that I can find a mask within the midst of that to add to the oddball for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So yeah, I think that just about does it. It is Halloween time, so I just wanted to shoot a quick Michael Myers related video, because you can't have a Halloween mask channel in October and not do a Michael Myers video. And since I don't have a lot of new Michael Myers stuff coming in, I figured I'd use what I have here. So that is going to just about do it. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Say no to drugs and alcohol, and until next time, we will see you later.